We'll start from this question 14. As I have already told you that this whole month we are going to completely devote ourselves to revision of the previously taught topics, because we don't have much syllabus left, so we can easily use this time to revise all the previously learned concepts. Okay, and it's good that many of you have sent me your assignments on time, so I really appreciate that. I will be soon checking that, and I will be uploading many things today and tomorrow. Today you will be getting your detailed syllabus, your blueprint by evening. Okay, so syllabus you will get some, all these things you will be getting by evening, right? And also I will send you the next set of questions which you need to solve for your practical assignment file, right? So all this will be a record for your assignment. So this first one, I'll be sending you the answer keys for first assignment also. And using that, you can go through your assignment. And if there is any mistake or any issue in your code, you can just check that from there. So we start with question number 14. Consider a binary file employee.dat containing details such as MNO colon ename colon salary, where the separator used is colon. Write a Python function to display details of those employees who are earning between 20,000 and 40,000. So now students, the thing is we are not going to run the programs, right? Because for running each program we need a file. So all these programs we are solving with respect to theory, right? So what you can do is we will be discussing the code here, and at your end you can easily use the code, create the file, and check the output. Now this program we will be doing this is a binary file employee.dat. So that means details if I have to store any details, I won't use separators. So I'm going to change the question. Consider a binary file employee.dat containing details such as in the form of a dictionary. So you have to just imagine that there are separate dictionary objects throughout the file, and you have to write a Python function to display the details of those employees who are earning between 20,000 and 40,000, both values included. So I'm going to switch on my whiteboard and we start with the question. First, we'll understand the idea behind this, and then we will write the program. So in this question, because it is a binary file, firstly, which mode are we going to open it in? Anshika?
Ma'am, we'll be opening it in binary mode like AB.
Read the question carefully. Which operation are we doing here?
Read RB.
RB, very good. So we will be opening this in the read mode, read binary mode. Okay. And because everything is in the form of a dictionary, so you can say that we have some pairs like we will be having the key values as MPENO, ename, and salary. So these are the keys. And these keys have their respective values within the file. So we are going to wait a second. So on the disk, our file would be somewhat like this. One second. Separate dictionary objects would be stored in the file. So you just have to imagine that separate dictionary objects are stored. The name of this file is employee.dat, right? It is a binary file. And we have these three things: MNO, ename, and salary. That means each dictionary object should be somewhat like this. each dictionary object should be somewhat like this. Now, because we have the keys, we can easily extract the e name using the keys. Now, what is given there? You have to check, you have to display the details of those employees who are earning between 20,000 and 40,000. That means you will be needing what? The salary key. Okay, so let's start with this. So we are first going to open the file. So I'm going to use fin open, and why not use this with open employee.dat. So I'm just assuming that employee.dat file is stored in the same folder as this program. RB, because we are not going to run the program, students, because we don't have time to create files and then run the program. That is an exercise for you. We will discuss the program here, the basic logic here, and then at your end you will be running the program, checking its output, and you will be also checking for any bugs in the program. And if there are any bugs, there could be bugs because we are not testing the program, right? So when you test it at your end, you have to remove the bugs also, right? So as fin. So now this will open the file, and now we will be reading the content from the file. So we will be using, first of all, we will be using import pickle. I'm creating an empty dictionary object, that is EMP. This will read the entire content of the disk file. Not the entire content, it will read one object at a time. Okay, now because we are going to read individual objects, so we will be using the try and except block. So this will read the very first object from the file, and now we will check if emp salary, if it is, now what was the condition? It is between 20,000 and 40,000. So I can write in Python, we can write statements like these. So if it is so, then you have to display this. So print EMP, so I can print the details. If you have created some other method to display the content of your dictionary, you can do that also. You can display all the three values in the form of a table also. So that's up to you. So what is it? You have to display all those employee values. So you cannot use break over here because this loop is, this condition is to be checked for all the objects. Okay. Except EOF error, you can simply print end of file. Fine. So this is what we have done. Now the question was, you have to write a Python function for doing this. So because you are writing a Python function, so we will write def get emp, and we are going to indent all these statements. So once all these statements are indented, it becomes a function, and we will call this function, that is get emp. That's it. So this way we can easily create a program. So you can see that this program is going to one by one read individual records from the disk file, which are in the form of individual dictionary objects. So we are using the try and catch, try and except block, that is over here, because we are trying to read the content of the file till EOF exception is raised. Okay, and within that there is an infinite loop. This loop will automatically be exited when EOF error is raised. So this statement reads one record, that is, it reads one dictionary objects, and this statement, it compares the salary part, the salary value for that particular employee object, and it checks whether it falls within this range or not. If it falls within this range, then it prints the employee record. Is this program clear to everyone? So in the exam, you don't even need to write this, you only need to write this part. And of course, import pickle should also be there. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Krishanshu? Okay, just raise your hand. Coming to the next question. Now, had it been a text file, I'm just changing this, modify the above program such that employee.dat is a text file and it contains details in the form separator. So now what it's going to be, the separator is this. Now it is a text file. That is, the entire scenario changes now. You won't have individual dictionary objects in the file. Rather, all the entire content will be in this form. Followed by a new line character. And so on. So this is how it is going to be. You have the employee number first, followed by a colon, then the name of the employee, then the salary. So the colon is being used as a separator. Why? Because this employee.dat is a text file now. DAT stands for data file. You can use this as text file also and as binary file also. So now this file is a text file and it contains separators. Okay, so how are we going to do it? Again, it is very easy. We are simply going to use the read and write method. I'm going to remove everything from here. Okay, let's first check. Yes, we have to write a function. So I will type here a function, get employee, and within this with open employee.dat, comma, now we will be using R as fill. Okay, now we have to read one line from the file. So we are going to do it this way. So I'm using read lines function over here. Fin.readlines. It will read all the lines, and now I can extract individual records from the whole list, that is list of strings. Now this read lines function, what it does, it will read everything in the form of a list of strings. So we have to extract each string out of this, and so that would be extracted in individual string, that is record, whereas the name of this entire list is what? Records. Note the difference. This is records, which is a list, and this is record, one record, which is a string object. Okay, so now we are going to use a string object. So from for records in records. Now each record is what? It is one single line, and that line is separated by this colon value. Okay, so we can convert this into a list object. We can convert this into a list object. I want somebody to answer this question. Shashwat Tripurwar, yes, you will answer. How can I convert the string object, this string object, into a list object like this? Who can answer? Shashwat Tripurwar, Aishwarya Srivastav, Yachna Meena. These three people can answer.
No idea, madam.
Why no idea? What is this answer? Huh? How many days has it been since you are attending classes, Shashwat? First of all, you're not regular. Okay, you're not doing the assignments. Whatever I tell you to do, you're not following the videos. Already every lecture session has been recorded and uploaded. You are not following that. What is it?
Ma'am, first of all, I do not have the sufficient data for for the YouTube classes, and
Beta
it's not for
YouTube
the
पे,
only your
see,
subject. Please,
listen,
please,
listen,
listen to me, please, ma'am.
listen. One second, listen. See, in YouTube, you can watch the videos in lower resolution also, in 240 pixels also, and that would be quite visible on your mobile device also. And that doesn't take much data. Even I'll tell you, when I'm taking this online session for you or through Microsoft Teams, it hardly consumes 200 or 300 MB. I have checked it myself. It's my personal experience, Shashwat.
Yes, ma'am. That's
इतना
what I'm
डेटा
saying.
नहीं लगता है.
And for 7 to 8 classes, ma'am. It's not like that. I only take
अच्छा,
school
you
classes.
tell me
I
then what
also
is the
take coding
solution?
classes.
What is the solution then? क्या आप बिल्कुल
I
छोड़ देना
don't
चाहते हो कंप्यूटर साइंस?
I don't know. I've asked Jyoti ma'am, I've asked Rashmi ma'am, and I am also asking you, what can I do? I have just, I'm just that taking data booster. That's it. Every day I have to take a data booster to just attend class. Ma'am, it's not even sufficient. Ma'am, I'm getting 2 GB per day. That is not even sufficient for me to take the online classes. And that for social media, I've just deleted all the social media applications.
I'm not,
So
I
they
did
can
not comment. I did not even comment on your social media profile, Shashwat.
Ma'am,
I'm just
I'm just
asking what can be the solution? Do you don't want to continue with computer science or the
no, ma'am,
studies?
I want. Ma'am,
I
I
have
want.
to do my duty as a teacher, no, Shashwat. I can
Yes.
understand your problem. Even we are taking online classes, plus we are also taking offline classes. ऐसा नहीं कि डेटा सिर्फ आप लोगों का जा रहा है, बेटा डेटा हमारा भी जा रहा है. पूरा पूरा दिन हम लोग ऑनलाइन रहते हैं. तो everybody is in a fix right now. Okay, everybody is in the same ditch. लेकिन पढ़ाई तो करना है ना.
Yes, ma'am.
आप कोच सिर्फ दुनिया में आप अकेले कोचिंग तो अटेंड नहीं कर रहे हो. सारे बच्चे जितने भी यहाँ लिस्ट में आपको दिख रहे हैं, दे ऑल आर अटेंडिंग द कोचिंग्स. स्टूडेंट्स लाइक प्रद्युम, चिराग, मोहित, okay, Anshika, they are also attending the class. They have coachings also. They are submitting their assignments on time. They are giving all the tests. तो कुछ ना कुछ तो बेटा कहीं ना कहीं से तो अपने को करना पड़ेगा ना. I'm not forcing you to attend the class regularly. Maybe you have some issue which is only specific to you, but we cannot just neglect the subject. No, subject तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा ना.
Yes,
क्योंकि
ma'am.
at the end of the year you have to pass the exam, and until and unless you practice the things, how are you going to pass the exams? You tell me. I am trying my why do I could have simply covered the rest 2 chapters. 2 ही चैप्टर बचे थे. मैं चाहती तो इस महीने में उसको कंप्लीट करा सकती थी, फिर मेरा काम खत्म. But I am not doing that because I want you people to revise the concept, especially the HOTS. और वो बहुत जरूरी है. I've taken this chapter so slow so that each and every student can understand it. है? I'm not telling you to spend 2-3 hours on computer every day, but at least you can watch the YouTube videos, right? जो मैं ऑनलाइन में पढ़ाती हूँ वही चीज मैं ऑफलाइन यूट्यूब में भी पढ़ाती हूँ और उसमें ज्यादा डेटा नहीं लगता है. Once in a while you can watch the YouTube video, Shashwat. Simply blatantly giving an answer, ma'am, I have no idea. Are you going to give the same answer to your external examiner also?
No.
I understand data problem is there, but it's not just your problem. Everybody has a data problem. Even I have a data problem. मेरे पास कोई डेटा का पेड़ नहीं लगा हुआ है. But everybody is adjusting, right? जब तक schools नहीं खुलते, बेटा, we don't have any other alternative option. That's the reason why we have resorted to this. Okay, so please do your self studies. Submit your assignments on time. Give the test, right? You won't lose anything in that. Yes, Anshika. Okay, Anshika has already answered. Aishwarya Srivastav, can you give me the answer through text chat? Or if you can use the mic, it's well and good. The question was, you have to convert this string object into a list object. How can we do that? The separator, there is a big hint. The separator is colon over here. Aishwarya and Yachna, you both can send me your answers. Krishanshu Kori, can you give the answer to this? At least you should reply something. You should say something. Because everybody is waiting for your answer. Krishanshu, are you there? No answer, it means you are absent. Rajdeep Datta, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Please give me the answer to this question. How will you change this string object into a list object?
Ma'am, by read lines, it will convert into string of object.
I'm just asking, this is a string object, right? So you just have to convert this string object into a list object. बहुत simple एक step है. What to do? Okay, everybody look here carefully. Now we have already read this in record. Okay. One record means one string object, which is one record from the file, right? So that is in record. So I can easily use the split function and provide the separator as colon and assign it to a list object. Say I can just write the list object as EMP. So EMP equals record.split. Split based on what? Based on colon. So at the end, M will contain data in this form. And hence we can easily check the salary using what? M0, 1, 2. The index 2 for EMP. So I can write $20,000 over here and 40,000 over here. If this condition is true, that means display the record and that's it. Okay, so first you have to understand that when you are using read lines function or read line function or read function, these functions read, firstly we won't use read because read will read all the lines in the form of a single string. Okay, read line will read one line at a time. You can do that. That is allowed. But read lines is going to read the entire content of the file in the form of individual string objects. We can easily extract one item from this list, which will be a string object. We can split that string based on the separator value, and we can assign that broken string, which has been separated into different pieces, to a list object, and we can easily use its third index to check the condition. Okay, so we are going to write that for record in records, emp equals record dot split based on colon if you can either say print emp or print record. That's up to you, right? If you write print record, it will print the string. If you write print emp, it will print it in the form of a list. Okay, so this is how we can do this, and finally end. So now you don't have to close the file because with statement already does that. Okay, so with this your function also ends. That's it. So this is all what you have to write in your exam. Is this clear to everyone? The same question we did using two different approaches, one binary files and one simple text file. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Next is write a function count my in Python to read the text file data.txt and count the number of times my occurs in the file. So a function count my, so we are going to define a function count my to read the text file data.txt and count the number of times my occurs in the file. So what we are going to do is we will use the read function for reading the entire content of the file, and simply we are going to split everything based on or we will read one line at a time, because at the end of it you will find a new line character, and we are going to extract individual words out of it using the separator as space. Now the thing is, your file might also contain, in between the letters there could be a comma, there could be a semicolon, there could be a dot, that is a period sign, right? So how to do this? For this you have to extract individual words. So extracting words simply using split and space is not enough, right? So we will have to do it the hard way. So let us first figure out how we are going to do that. So suppose I have some lines over here. This is a poem. So I have written this is a poem. So in between, right now I am taking the separator as space. Okay. And after poem, I start another line. So I've written this, and you can see there is a separator over here, that is a period sign, right? So how can I extract individual words from this string? So what we are going to do is we are going to go on reading individual letters. Okay, first we will read the entire content of the file, and let me read that entire content of the file in a string object named poem lines. Okay, so I will be reading it using fin.read. So fin.read will read everything from the file. So it will read everything from the file, and in that we will try to use the various separators like comma, semicolon, dot, a white space character. Okay, then new line character, everything will act as a separator. Okay. So now we have to extract individual words from it. So I will take uh, word equals none, or word equals an empty string. Not none, but an empty string. So I'll be doing some hit and trial, students. Please just sit back and relax and be a little patient. Okay, after this, we are also going to, once we complete this, we are also going to write word equals. So I'll just explain this. First, I'll type the program and then I'll explain. So we start with count my with open. Okay, name of the file is data.txt. As many characters as you want, you can provide here. Okay. Reset word back to empty string because next time we have to create another word. Okay. we'll try to understand this particular code. Just a sec, I'll take a screenshot of it. So here we are. Now, suppose your program, your data file contains some lines. So I'll just take some lines from somewhere and maybe I'll find some lines from here. So these are some lines which I have taken. So these are the lines which I have taken. So now let's see. With open, so first it will be opened in the read mode and your pointer would be set over here, right over here. So poem lines equals pin.read. So poem lines will have this entire content in the form of a string. How? At the end of each string, you know there is a new line character. So there would be a new line character after every line. So this poem line would contain things in this way. Whose woods these are, I think I know, /n. His house is in the village, comma, though, then a semicolon. Okay. Then again a /n and then he. So it would contain everything from W to the EOF character over here, till not the EOF, till the dot over here. So it poem lines would be something like this. Who say Laker snow? Till here it will contain everything in between, also including the new line characters. Okay. Now word equals, word is an empty string. Count is equal to 0. I'll take the attendance, students. Yes, count is equal to 0. For letter in poem lines. Now letter will extract one character each from poem lines. So first it will check the character W. Does this letter fall in any of these separator characters? Tell me. Does this letter W fall in any of these separator? No. So this whole thing won't be executed. This whole that is if, count, word, these three lines won't be executed. Instead will come to the else part. From here to the else part. Word equals word plus letter. So now word contains what? W. Next, H, same way it will also be added. Next O, next S, next E. So whose is there, and after there, once these characters have been read, there is a space character now. So if it is in this, yes, it falls within this list. So now we will check if word. So our word contains whose. So is whose equal to my, capital My, small my, capitalized My? It answer is no. So this statement won't be executed. If we had something like, I'm just writing something, I'm just writing my over here, and here also I'm writing my. So now next one, what it will be now. So this condition, this count plus equal to 1 didn't get executed, but word will get assigned to, okay, I did one mistake. You can see while we are doing dry run, we can easily trace our mistakes. This word has to be typed over here. Okay, that is, come what may, whether a match is found or not, you have to initialize word back to an empty string. So I will reduce one level of indentation from here. Reset word back to an empty string. So now it would be resent back to an empty string. So it would be empty string again. And next we again start with the next. WOODS. So woods would be written now. Again, woods is not equal to my. Similarly, when it encounters a space, again it would be replaced by an empty string. Okay. Then we have these. Then we have are. Now we come across this my. So suppose word now contains my. So here, if word in my, yes, it is matching this instance of my. So that means count will be incremented by 1. And of course, after executing this block, this word will be again reset back to empty string. And now we'll continue. So as many times my occurs in this small file, count is going to be incremented by 1 each time. And at the end, count will be returned. So what will be returned? 3. Is this clear to everyone? Is this question clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? Please ask me. So you have to write the output in this way. My occurs 2 times. So how will you write this? So your output has to be, now here you can see that in that same function itself, they have provided that there has to be an output. It means you will not be writing display count anymore. You will be instead writing so I am using an escape sequence for single quotes. My will appear within single quotes. Occurs how many times? Count times. It is directly going. So we are sticking to the specifications provided in the question. Now hint is given. You can use split, but split function will be able to split the string only based on one particular character at a particular time, right? So that is why I have used this simple, a little complicated, a tricky code right now. I'm going to close this. Okay. Next is write a program to count the words to and the present in a text file poem.txt. So I want everybody to do this program right now. This program. Write a program to count the words to and the present in a text file poem.txt. Do it and send me right now. Same way you will be extracting the words. Everything would be the same. I'm sending you the program also. I've sent you the program through the chat. You can check out the program and you can use this program as a reference to count the number of to and the words. This time you have to count to and the. What change you will make in this program? Krishanshu, you will answer this question, okay? So the period is over, but I'm still giving you 2 minutes more. You can do this and send me the answers right now.
Ma'am, please show the question.
Yes, question is this. Question number 15. Okay. Why change the file name, Krishanshu? What is the need of changing the file name? Simply you will write here. It will be if word is equal to or if word in 2, 2 or then, and we are going to also change this. Now, elif I'm taking, why? Because we can have other words also other than to and the. So we don't want in the else part all other words except to be counted. Okay. In the if part, two will be counted, but if I take else, that means all other words which are there except two, they will also be counted. But I don't want that. Hence, I am also taking elif to specify the condition here. Count the plus equal to 1 and reset word back to empty string, and at the end you can also, now there is nothing mentioned in the question, okay, just count the words. So I can choose to return the values also. So I will be returning these two values as a tuple. You can return in Python, you can return multiple values as a tuple. Okay, so you can return multiple values back to the main program in the form of a tuple. So this is how I can do this. Okay, so I'm sending this to you. So this won't be count my, it would be count to and the. You should name your programs accordingly. So that's why I have named it in this way, and I'm sending it to you through chat. Yes, students, please check your chat box. You will find the code over there. So I'll stop the recording here. Thank you, everyone.